Hello, welcome to this your channel at the better Eurofan, that's me. Azerbaijan is usually a quite outstanding country in the competition, but right now it seems that they are going through a bad streak taking into account their latest results. The last evidence of that was a proposal presented by Fahri featuring Ikin Dovlatov during last year's contest, which did not convince to the audience by placing second to last in their semi-final. Even so, the Caucasian country keeps its annual appointment in the competition, looking to recover and be once again among the finalists. Now we will see who will be the artist that will have the task of waving the Azerbaijani colors in Basel. Here we go. For today's episode, I'm going to review the Azerbaijani entry for Eurovision 2025, which will be represented by the group Mamagama with the song Run With You. We do not know how skilled are they by running. What do we know is that right now they are in the race as the representatives for this edition. Without further delay, let's begin with the review. First of all, let's start by checking out more of their biography and career before leaving their Eurovision adventure. Mamagama is an Azerbaijani alternative rock group coming from the country's capital, Baku. Currently is formed by vocalist Sefail Savmisiyev, guitarist Hassan Haydar, and drummer Arif Imanov. The band's name comes from the conjunction of two words, Mama in reference as the creator, the source of life, and Gamma in reference to sound spectrum full, which covers all the frequencies. Musically speaking, they blend the traditional music of the country with contemporary sounds, describing their musical project as deep and familiar as a mother's heartbeat, and at the same time limitless and electrifying as a gamma wave. All of them already have previous experience with other ensembles in the past, and particularly in the case of Asab, before starting the musical project with the band, he participated previously as a soloist in 2020 in the 9th season of the Russian version of The Voice, where he was mentored by the renowned Russian singer Polina Gagarina, who was the Russian representative by Eurovision in 2015 during the edition held in Vienna, Austria, having reached to the knockouts phase in that season. They began their musical career in 2021, performing in many musical festivals both in their native country and abroad, standing out in particular their participation in 2022 in the Albanian musical competition Kenga Majike, where they will get the first prize in the International Artists category with their song Dreamer. This acknowledgement will allow them to get noticed in the Azerbaijani musical scene as well, and will encourage the band to take a step further, looking to represent their country at Eurovision. They will have their first attempt that same year by sending an entry during the internet selection process organized by the Azerbaijani public broadcaster. They will be among the 5 artists that will advance to the final stage of the process with the song Riva, which were revealed by that time to dispel the rumors that the broadcaster had already chosen them beforehand due to their links with the singer Erdal Gasimov, who were one of the winners of the contest in 2011 during the edition held in Düsseldorf, Germany, together with Nico Jamal, and that works as a musical producer for the Azerbaijani delegation. Beyond those rumors, the band would not get the opportunity that time after the final selection of Tural Turan X as the Azerbaijani representatives that would travel to Liverpool, United Kingdom. After the failed attempt and some reforming into the band with its current members, they will decide to give another try with another entry for this year's edition, without imagining that they will be selected this time. Let's see then how the Eurovision experience begins for them. Keeping their current strategy, the Azerbaijani public broadcaster will opt once again for an internal selection to pick both the artists and the song that will represent the country in Switzerland. The submission period was opening on early August of last year for the Azerbaijani singers and songwriters who were interested on sending their proposals, closing it by last mid-September. After the deadline, it was known that a total of 154 proposals were received, representing a decrease compared to last year. An expert panel will be in charge of reviewing the received proposals, with 12 of them advancing to the final stage, although without giving any clues about the potential finalists. Months will go by without knowing more details about the process until the broadcaster announced in early last February the selection of Mamagama as the Azerbaijani representatives for the contest, while their song with its accompanying official music video will be released in the middle of that same month. an intense and electrifying track. Now I'm going to analyze this proposal in full detail with which they will attend the contest. Staying true to their style, the melody blends rock and pop with traditional sounds of the country, while Asaf's voice as the band's vocalist is curiously high-pitched, taking into account that these musical genres are normally associated with singers having middle or loud-pitched voices. The lyrics have been written in English by almost all the members of the band, together with the songwriter Roman C, who is also the band's producer. In this sense, it follows the trend implemented from 2 years ago, opting for compositions from the artists themselves, keeping their best for the local talent. About the context behind it, describes all those sensations and feelings produced by that person to which we feel attracted to, as the precursor to a potential sexual intercourse. This can be easily appreciated after reading the lyrics more in detail by narrating in first hand all that it is transmitted by that special person, which obviously gives a quite different meaning with the song's title. More than a message, the song reflects an intense emotional state above everything with which we all can feel identified. We all have or have had in some moment of our lives that person with which we feel incredibly great to the point to turn our world upside down. Having checked out a little more about the song, let's see how they have reflected its context through the official music video. The plot begins witnessing a trailer with the band's name above it, in a place that looks like a bank tunnel in an urban landscape at night. Then the shots go inside what it looks like the inside of the trailer, which seems bigger, which makes you think if it really looks like that on the inside or if it is a facade. Shortly after, Hassan and Arif are seen bringing something in wheelbarrows, which turns out to be Asaf's body, which is split in two like he is an android. They both try different things to revive Asaf while the first verse is heard, with Arif initially taking the two parts of the body and placing them in a working table to join them with a welding gun. They initially attempt to revive him, connecting one of his songs to an electric power plant to provoke an electric discharge by all over his body, but later it is seen that the discharge was excessive after detaching one of the arms from Asaf that it is caught by Arif. During the chorus, they decide to try with a sort of helmet used by Arif, with electrodes placed in Asaf's head in an attempt to reanimate him with neurosensory stimulations by moving the arms and the head, but as soon as he takes off the helmet, Asaf's head got into short circuit by spinning in circles, which he collapses once again in the walking table, resulting in a failed attempt. Hassan looks for more information in the computer, thinking of using a memory card as an alternative. He makes a telephone call, and shortly after, two people appear in a sidecar motorcycle, which turned out to be the guys from the Turan X, who were the Azerbaijani representatives from 2 years ago at the contest, acting as Android device dealers. Hassan takes a memory card like the one he was looking for, and he gives 2 cassettes to the twins in exchange, which I find somewhat funny. During the second verse, they proceed to insert the memory card in Asaf's head, which initially seems to be working, but then his body suffers a short circuit, once again fainting to the floor, which leaves them to prostration, especially on Hassan by throwing the computer to the floor in a rage attack as a result of the helplessness generated by the situation. When it's seen that they have surrendered, 2 more people appear, which turn out to be Fadri and Ilkin Dobletov, who were the Azerbaijani representatives just on last year at the contest, bringing with them what it looks like a musical instrument. They open the case and it turns out to be a saz, which is a typical musical instrument in the country, very popular in the Caucasus region, in many Arab countries, as well as in Turkey and the Balkans. Arif plays some strings of the saz, and then there is a wave that is spread out all over the place. It goes to my mind in this case about the gamma wave, which is very related with the name of the band. This wave makes us out to be completely revived, with him getting up and standing at the working table while he performs the chorus, and then when he jumps from the working table to the floor, his appearances change completely by looking more like a human rather than an android. In the song's outro, Hassan and Arif are going to play their musical instruments, which appear from nowhere apparently, and Asaf gets to the microphone as well, that also appear from nowhere somehow. I guess that it is part of the magic of the music videos, to be honest, until they finish the performance with the 3 of them freezing, closing with the song's title that appears right in the end. Making a summary of the comments, the Azerbaijani entry for this year does not really catch my attention. It is true that has a lyrics and a message with which many can feel identified, but personally I do not feel it is telling me anything. And if we add to it the plot developed through the music video, it leaves me more confused yet. And if this is my perception, I have no clues on how will be the reaction among the audience. For the staging in Basel, it is not clear on how they will present it, if they will appeal to the same concept from the music video or if they will offer something different. On the other hand, they have been asked their fellow contestants presenting their proposal live in the Eurovision pre-parties of the season, and later it will be a matter of time until they have the chance to do it on the main stage of Basel. This has been the Azerbaijani proposal of this year at the contest. What do you think about it? Do you feel identified with this proposal or it leaves you indifferent instead? Whatever is your opinion, let me know in the comments down below thus we can start a discussion. And this is it for today's episode. Don't forget to like this video if it has been of your taste. It will be a great support to me so I could reach to more people. Subscribe to my channel and enable notifications by the bell and find me through my social media as well. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.